in today's episode, we are going to deep dive into supply chain management and see how a businesswoman actually leveraged it and learned it well to set up her business. Stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the brand new episode of our podcast, The Business Queens. So, today we have Miss Shweta Pathak, who's an engineer turned double MBA from a prestigious institute like Symbiosis and IFT. She's a bold and risk taking entrepreneur. So, Shweta, we welcome you to today's episode. Now, tell us something about Aakarshan Gems and Jewels and how did you come up with the idea?
Thank you, Ishleen, for the opportunity, and I'm really glad to speaking on this favorite topic of mine. Obviously, being an entrepreneur, this our entity is like a child, and we always love to child about how the child was being born, what way, and how what are the how the place and everything. So, as you said, I was in IT earlier. So, my last stint in IT was with Tech Mahindra, where I was working in strategy with the British telecom company as a client. So my daughter was around 3 or 4 years that time, and somehow having that work-life balance has been a key issue with me after being, a mother. And that's why I've taken break in various times. So when I was with IBM, I had my daughter, then I took a break, gave her basics, then I did my executive MBA from IIT Delhi, then I had my own IT company as my first entrepreneur stint, which I closed on, and then I joined Tech Mahindra. And then all of a sudden, I decided to have a business where I can have my creativity as a woman, because we all are born with a lot of aesthetics. Being a woman, we are bestowed with creativity and aesthetics. It is not something we have to learn. Yes, we can enhance our skills, but being women, it is something which is very natural to most of us. Then my father has this collection of gemstones because he is into spiritual line, and he would suggest these gemstones for the healing purposes.
Okay.
I consider myself as a very normal human being, and I told my parents that obviously I'll quit my job because they wanted me to have more attention to my daughter's, like growing up ages. So I said, but I just can't sit without doing anything. I need to have some share of, who fulfill my capabilities and my energy, and I can have something for my own self. So I started Akarshan with a very normal vision, not a great no thought that I'm going to do this and I'm going to create a brand or like this. Yes, I wanted to create a brand, but I never thought how long the journey would take. It was just that I was very diligent in knowing my supply chain, because when I did my executive MBA from IIT Delhi, one of my favorite faculty, Mr. Nitin Jain, he taught us a very good importance of supply chain. Because if you're in any industry and if you know your supply chain well, that has become your first step to success.
Right.
You should know what is the right thing. If you like whatever you're doing, even if you're in a fast fashion brand, you know the supply chain of fast fashion. If you're in a sustainable brand, know your sustainable supply chain. Knowing the right supply chain and always will have the continuity and the sustainability to the business.
Right.
So I visited the B2B shows, I visited mines, I visited Surat Mandi, I went to Chantabari, I went to Bangkok, I went to Hong Kong. All these international and national exhibitions. I met people, and somehow because my intentions were right, I was being taken up very well by the industry and the people.
Right.
Then my father introduced me to, he asked me to get me a book when I was in Pune. And that book had certain, what to say, description on natural fancy color diamonds.
Okay.
So that was my first introduction to know that the diamond comes in various colors. So it comes as a surprise to many people even now. That time it came as a surprise to me that, oh, I thought diamond is white or like colorless. I never knew diamond is pink, diamond is yellow, diamond is champagne, diamond is brown. So now, when father asked me to pick that book from Pune airport and I glanced through it, my inquisitive increased. Oh, what are they? Why we don't know about them? Then I got to know that the rarest diamond is a red diamond, and the most highly priced diamond which exists on earth in today's date is a blue diamond. The pink diamond, the kind of Sotheby in the auction which happened with the pink diamond and the orange diamond. So then I was like, oh, this is so rare and this is like so exclusive and this is so. Then I was wondering that why nobody talks about it, because when we go to jewelry stores, we get jewelry in diamond, we get the white or the colorless diamond, we get gold jewelry and all, but nobody ever talked to us about the gemstone jewelry. Nobody ever talked to us about natural fancy color diamonds or rare element jewelry. Uh, then I had stayed in London after my daughter was born. I was in maternity leave, so I went to London with my husband. I stayed there for some time. So I was in Milton Keynes when I had bought some aquamarine bracelets, some emerald bracelets, and all, very gold and all. So then I realized that as I traveled abroad, the whole concept of jewelry in India and abroad is very different.
Yeah.
The moment you're outside India, the jewelry is part of your adornment. Jewelry is part of your, a status. Jewelry is part of your collection. It is no more a part of his investment.
Yeah.
Because being Indian, we have been told that this is for your hard times.
Yes,
We never buy jewelry as a piece of creativity. We never buy a piece as of adornment. We always buy as a piece. We are buying as a commodity, not as a piece of workmanship. So the whole concept between the Western world and Indian culture has been different when it comes to jewelry. Then obviously exposure to the brand like Tiffany, Harry Winston, Bulgari, Cartier, name a few. I saw the jewelry. The jewelry is so beautiful. It's so magnificent. You see Van Cleef Arpels, it brings a lot of mechanical jewelry and a lot of activities into the jewelry. I was quite fascinated by that world. And when I was fascinated, I'm a kind of person, I know money is important, but I'm a little driven by my heart. So I did not decided to follow the regular path. I decided to go a path of niche. I said, let me do what others have not done. Though I knew it is not easy. Otherwise, there are billionaire jewelers. They are sitting with a lot of money. They could have started something like this. But I knew it is not easy because first thing, we don't have the knowledge. The customer doesn't have the awareness. And third thing, in India, people have money, but they have problems showing their money. Secondly, even if they're showing money, they are going into a circle which is not very knowledgeable enough, because the moment people have knowledge and they get to know, okay, oh, I'm wearing something which is a very not rare. If I'm wearing a yellow diamond, if I'm wearing a pink diamond, and I'm wearing it for myself. First thing, because now the society has divided into many parts. Some people are wearing lab-grown diamond for affordability. Some wearing lab-grown diamond to fake it as a natural diamond. Some wearing natural diamond because they believe in wear original or nothing. So society it has always been. Some people carry original Louis Vuitton, somebody carry the first copy, somebody second copy. So it is entirely your own choice, and there's a segment and there's a market for everything. So I said, when there's a market for everything, let's not find my customers for the niche segment. Who wants jewelry which is different? Who wants jewelry which is uniquely crafted, and they want to buy it for its aesthetics, not for the buyback or no money. They should buy it for the way we buy Sabyasachi Lehenga, the way we buy Porsche, the way we buy Louis bag. We buy it for the brand. We buy it for the what goes into it, the workmanship, the craftsmanship, and then obviously there is gold, there is diamond, there are gemstones, so they are always precious. They'll always appreciate. So this is one luxury which is never going to depreciate. This is one luxury which is going to appreciate even after buying. So, because it is not like because it's a piece of jewelry. There is gold, there is platinum, there is diamond, and there are gemstones, which is always going to appreciate over years. So what you're buying when you're buying such piece of jewelry, you're buying something which you're going to pass on as a legacy. Something even when you're going to sell out, it is going to give you much more than what you can think about, because there's so many auction houses who pick up pieces like this. And they give you money much more beyond that a normal retailer would give you as a buyback. And as a brand also, because since we are sitting in Indian market, we offer 80% buyback, because we also know these pieces are not something people want to give back. These are the pieces they want to pass it on to the next generation. These are the generational jewelry. So the new range which we are launching now will be in Taj Falaknama from next month onwards. So we want to call our jewelry as legacy by Aakarshan. We want to bring back why we were having jewelry at the first place. The
Hmm.
jewelry was like a legacy we are passing on to the next generation.
Right, right. And you have highlighted very important point when you said, we decided to go for the niche. This is a mistake which most of the business owners make. When I talk to business owners as a part of my coaching, many of them tell me, we sell it to everybody. Our products are so good. Our services are so good. So you have to definitely decide a particular niche. Then only you can market it well. Otherwise,
Yes.
you cannot sell everything to everybody.
Because see, of selling everything to everybody is like you're becoming air. You can't be air, right? Air
Hmm.
is needed by everyone. Why I agree. Water is needed by everybody because that becomes basic.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
basic can be sold to everything. But
Absolutely.
if yeah, but this is not basic.
Hmm.
This is not basic which you need for your life.
Hmm.
This is something you need to aspiration. Why we need aspiration is sleep? Because we all need aspiration to grow,
Hmm.
to do something in life. No, when we get the first car is Maruti, the next aspiration comes Honda City, third
Hmm.
aspiration comes the not Innova or Toyota. The fourth, this aspiration keeps you going. So having aspiration is not bad. Having inspiration is not bad. So I feel that luxury market plays a very beautiful role of giving you aspiration. This
Hmm.
I bought my first Louis Vuitton. Everyone knows the story. I bought it in EMI. So
Hmm.
I bought because I wanted a Louis Vuitton. Obviously, I could not have money for the complete down payment. I
Hmm.
bought it in EMI, but I wanted original and I wanted my own Louis Vuitton.
Right.
So
Right.
because it has been my aspirational brand.
And otherwise, also brand identity, brand awareness, I would say it has increased in Indian market. Now it's not like that.
Yes,
Earlier, like everything to anything can be sold in name of the brand. This is so and so brand. But now people have become more aware. They know what is real and
exactly.
what is fake.
Exactly. And also, what is important is that the kind of pride this brand brings you.
Hmm.
Uh, and that pride is needed time to time because, sometimes when we do good as a child, we want to get rewarded. We want to be rewarded with some good things in life.
Hmm.
And I think good things in life are good aspirations. They are good things to keep you moving forward, to keep looking forward to do things in life, to keep
Hmm.
working hard, reach the next level where I can have my next big house and my next
Right.
studio, or so that keeps you going.
Hmm. And Shweta, you highlighted one thing, which was this supply chain management. So, how
Yes.
important is inventory management and supply chain optimization when it comes to any product manufacturing or product selling organization?
Ishleen, we are sitting in an era of competition, a cutthroat competition.
Hmm.
And we are also sitting in an era, and because since we're sitting in India, we have our share of things where when we want to buy the right thing, it should come as the right thing is also a challenge.
Hmm.
Suppose if you want to create a brand, authenticity is the first key element. So
Right.
if I'm procuring a diamond, it has to be a natural diamond when I'm saying it is a natural diamond. It has to be a natural gemstone when I'm saying it to be natural gemstones. It
Hmm.
has to be at that particular quality what I'm talking. So my words are my brand.
Hmm.
My authenticity is my brand. Why we go to brand? We go to the brand for the authenticity. If
Hmm.
somebody asks me, who sells the best solitaire? I
Hmm.
say Forever Mark.
Hmm.
Why? Because they have a certificate from mines to the market. So
Hmm.
you know from which mine that particular piece has been taken out and cut into a diamond and being sold by Forever Mark. So they have a mine to mine market certificate. So
Hmm.
that is the kind of authenticity which a brand brings. Obviously, authenticity comes with a price.
Right.
Tata Tanish is no cheaper.
Hmm.
Tanish, we pay high making charges. Tanish, we're paying good amount of money for the diamond per carat diamond because it is coming with the authenticity. So the
Right.
brand, when it comes to the authenticity, comes with a price. But
Hmm.
then at least you know what you're buying is genuine.
Hmm. So tell me one thing, how do you manage all this, like your family, your work, and everything together?
Uh, it has been a task. We all are humans. We all have our share of things to deal with and tackle with, and
Hmm.
life throws its own challenges to us. But I think I'm blessed with an amazing mother, and
Hmm.
my husband is quite supportive when it comes to the moral support. My
Hmm.
daughter is a beautiful human inside out. She
Hmm.
has always been a cooperative child ever since. We both are like mutually. like it's admirable to each other.
Hmm.
So I ensure that she is doing well for her life. I support her where she needs support. She does the same and vice versa.
Hmm.
And my mother is my pillar of strength.
Hmm. So, how do you see yourself as a leader? Like you are managing your home and work together. So, what qualities do you feel you have that makes you a thoughtful leader? And what are the qualities a leader must have?
See, I'm not say कि I'm a great leader so far. I'm learning. I'm growing and evolving. No, leaders are not born just like this. Some are natural leaders, but some are made over the time.
Hmm.
So when you say as a leader, I think the best part I have is that I have a very clear conscience. I have a very clear intentions. Um, the way I have been brought up, I am brought up in a way where I only want things which belongs to me and I want to earn in a very rightful way and I want to follow a very ethical path to doing everything.
Hmm.
So and my perseverance and not giving up attitude is another thing which I really like get favored by the destiny and I get what I have been offered so far in life.
Hmm.
But what I have to learn, I have to learn to be more emotionally strong. I'm a very emotional person. I'm a very sensitive soul. I get vibes very soon. So I get impacted sometime. I know not impacted in the sense I feel why this particular person is doing a particular thing. Why obviously the society we have mix of people. There are all kind of people and it always gonna be all kind of people.
Hmm.
And we should be no, it's just that we need to know how to learn to protect ourselves
Hmm.
instead of getting affected or anything.
Hmm.
But not turning into one is another thing. No,
Hmm.
ensuring that you're not turning into the one person whom you are not able to appreciate is
Hmm.
another aspect of society, which as a leader, I think I'm trying to learn, develop, and grow. And I don't want to lose my smile. I know people say when you smile, people try to give you more pain, but I still want to smile. I want to
Yeah.
smile because this is what I want to do. I want to have a happy life.
Hmm.
And this
Hmm.
is what I'm learning. I'm learning to let go of what is not in my control
Hmm.
and trying to appreciate and be more grateful for what I have.
Hmm. Hmm. And that's a very good quality. There are very less people who are grateful for their blessings, who are grateful for
Yes,
what they have. Yes, we have aspirations and we need to have aspirations because if we do not have aspirations, what will we do? That I agree. But
exactly.
still, people most of the times don't value what is around them. And this is one quality that
Yes,
I feel it is very, very important. Whether we talk about leadership or we talk about entrepreneurship or any job or even in your real life. So this is one
so
quality.
actually, yeah, these realization doesn't happen no automatically. I have been through a journey of cribbing. I've been a journey of nagging. I've been a journey of being a crybaby. If something went wrong in my life, why did this person did this to me? So it's not like this. I just evolved.
Hmm.
I had this habit of this. I had to let go of this habit to ensure that I have, because trust me on this, it works this way. I have learned this in a very hard way
Hmm.
myself that if you count your blessings, blessings comes to you.
Right.
And if you count your problems, more problems will come to you. So it's better
Absolutely.
you
Law
count
of
your blessings.
attraction. Law of
Yeah,
attraction. Okay,
yeah, it does work.
tell us one more thing, Shweta. Because you were working in a corporate and then you planned to shift to entrepreneurship. Was that transition easy or was it difficult? And when you actually transitioned in your own business, you decided that, okay, now today onwards, I'll be an entrepreneur. Was there any time when you felt that that was a bad decision or something like that? If yes, how did you overcome that? If no, then please tell our audience how can they overcome that in case they feel the same.
Certainly. So I would be very, very honest to you, Ishleen. I'm known for being brutally honest. So when I was in job, obviously the work pressure was there, the no politics was there, and everything. But I did a love marriage, and that time because since I had a fixed source of income, I could take a plunge of taking home loan, car loan. Since I completed my home loan, I completed my car loan with my job. I got a security with my job. I'll be
Hmm.
very honest to you. The kind of security which a job brings, the moment you're an entrepreneur, you're
Hmm.
out of that comfort zone of security
Right.
because it's tough, not market. Though people say have sales pipeline and all those things, I'm trying to learn all those things till date. It's been 12 years.
Hmm.
But somehow God has been kind that work comes to me, and I never had any particular month in which I would think about what next now. Automatically the cycle has been running for me.
Hmm.
But yes, as an entrepreneur, I have challenges because I can't take too much risk of no taking up loan because I'm a person. I said when I'm a person of clear conscience, I have intentions to pay back. So when I
Hmm.
have intentions to pay back, it comes with constraint because I don't know how much business I'm gonna do this particular month.
Right.
So whatever risk I take very calculative risk. I
Hmm.
haven't gone overboard with my risk till date. So
Hmm.
whatever risk I've taken, they've paid me back. They have not hit me so hard because I have been going with a lean model. I have been going with a very calculative risk
Hmm.
model so far.
Hmm.
And I'm a family person first. So for me, the family come first because for some people, they feel they want to earn too much, so they
Right.
can risk anything right
Hmm.
now.
Hmm.
For me, I believe that I can put a lot of hard work, but
Hmm.
I would not put any my family or any family security into risk. So I keep my family security in one place, all my personal assets in one place. I play on my hard work. I say,
Hmm.
you make me work hard. So I go down, I find my supply chain, I find the right carriger, I work with my carrigers, I ensure that I'm working in a solopreneur mode till the time I get funding or I get grow to a level where I'm when it comes to sustainability, where I know this much pipeline has been created for next 6 months, and now I can have people joining on board and all. But
Hmm.
so far, I have put in my hard work as my asset. No,
Hmm.
so it is all about my hard work, written race, which I have put in as an effort,
Hmm.
but I have not risked too much. I take risk in a way, if I can have an appetite for 5 lakh rupees, I'll take a risk of 2.5 lakh rupees first. So when I take this much risk and then when it pays me back, then
Hmm.
I take next calculative risk. And
Right.
whatever I'm a very money wise person. So
Hmm.
money wise is one thing which you learn as an entrepreneur.
Hmm.
Because when I was in job, was not thinking much before spending because I knew that the salary is going to come on
Yeah.
next month also.
Hmm.
Yeah, but as an entrepreneur, we have so many responsibilities. We have to pay our rent, we have to pay our carriers, we have to pay our employees, we have to pay our vendors. So it is a lot of, and I believe in having a clean cycle.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and taking calculated risk is something I think every entrepreneur should do in the beginning. Because, this is one reason why startups fail in the beginning. They spend so much money without assessing the market and so that they regret it later on. Okay, Shweta,
Exactly.
one more thing. You said that you have a list, you have a whole bunch of carriers you work with. So how easy or difficult it has been to work with them and retain them? Because good skills is really hard to find these days, and if you find them, it is difficult to retain them.
See, I said like I do have sacarigers who work for me, but it's like this. I have my share of, I have burnt my hands too. It's not like this. It is a plate and I'm just eating the cake. No, I
Hmm.
have burnt my hands too. My recent episode had been my 12-year-old cariger just took away my 60-gram gold,
Oh.
and I couldn't do anything much about it. Just a police complaint because he was working with me for 12 years very diligently,
Hmm.
and we created some magnificent beautiful pieces together, and he has been absolutely honest to me for all these 12 years. And
Hmm.
one fine day he came and he said, "Ki, aapka 60-gram gold just went off here and there." And I
Hmm.
was like, how come 60-gram gold can go here and
Right.
there? And he said, I don't have that gold with me anymore.
Hmm.
And I was clueless because this person has worked with me. So if anybody asks me, Shweta, do you want to take any strict action? I was like, no, he's a good artisan, he's a good work. So, no, like artisan, I don't want his life to be spoiled. Secondly, obviously, I have to put up a police report because otherwise, all the carriers would think it is okay to take these
Yeah.
goal and do anything. So I had to take an action as well. So we've come across multiple challenges. It's not easy to manage these artisans. It is not managed. Then I started outsourcing to the bigger organizations too. So now most of my manufacturing, I'm seeking help from the outsourcing as well.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so that's good. Shweta, I saw one thing when you shared your profile with me. You have written you are a gemopreneur. So, what makes you that? Like, how do we actually say somebody is a gemopreneur? Because for me, it was a very new word, frankly speaking. I heard it for
Correct.
the first time.
Actually, that word is given by to me by one of my mentors, and because he says, Shweta, first thing, you're very honest. Having such kind of honesty is very rare. Okay. Secondly, he says that you work very genuinely and very authentically what you're trying to do. And fourthly, he said, you have all the challenges of the world, sitting in tier 3 city, first generation jeweler, because actually in India, selling clothes is still easy, selling furniture is fine, selling any services is fine, selling jewelry, that to be real jewelry. You can imagine yourself going to a first generation jeweler and buying a precious piece for yourself. Isn't it something a challenging thought even for a buyer?
Right.
And that to be from a woman as an entrepreneur. So it was a lot of challenges which I've overcome. So I did not choose an easy path. I took a very hard path. And I've ensured to sustain and survive and build a brand and standing tall with all the amidst all the challenges, all the odds. And you know, India, people have all kind of things to say when you look beautiful, when you're a good looking girl,
Right.
and you're working something and you're trying to do beyond your own. So because people don't understand from where you're, because for them, if somebody does a regular work, it is acceptable because every term somebody's trying to be different and somebody trying to create a very niche path. It's a very difficult. They say Shweta is a gem of a person. You're a gem spinner. This is the way we can the gem. So they it's called. This is the terminology given to me by my mentor.
That's nice. And being a women entrepreneur, especially in a country like India, it's a very, I would say, a hard path to take. So, what kind of challenge you faced as a women entrepreneur?
Um, as I said, first considering I have if this many awards has been won by a man, he would have been having an empire by now.
Right.
Yeah. And here people, no, they don't even want to acknowledge. There are a lot of struggles because jewelry market is a predominantly men's market. You see the kind of jewelers which has been there in the retail industry are predominantly men's.
Right.
So being a woman, it's no selling jewelry. There are a lot of things, but yes, I've come across many dogmas. I've got my kind of like clients who are with me from past 12 years, and no matter how whatever being gaslighted, they never leave me. So I have people who have trust in me. My family has faith in me. My industry has faith in me. I have faith in me because I am very clear in my concerns of what I'm doing, the kind of practices I'm following. So I always believe that honesty always wins.
Right. And this is something which is very, very important. You know, you said you are doing ethical business. One thing is doing
Yeah.
ethical business. Second is once you build trust on your customers and clients, no, they are not going to go anywhere. Your quality,
Exactly.
your authenticity speaks for yourself.
Exactly. So they know if it's because I am so clear in my mind if something is going from my hand, until unless I'm not sure, 100% sure of it, I would not give it to you.
Right.
And then with my Karigar also, I started practicing a lot of aesthetics around the wearability. So if you're wearing my piece of jewelry, it should not hurt you anywhere.
Okay.
It should be wearable. So even if you look at this ring,
Yeah.
though the parrots are looking, they're like it's a 3D ring.
Right.
But it is very wearable and very comfortable. I have not made it very, I have not put a lot of huge gold or a lot of details, a lot of diamonds and all. And kept it very cute, very simple, very wearable. So whatever piece we create, we try to create in a way that it looks beautiful. It has some elements to it. As there's another story to it, Ishleen. Diamond Producer Association, they got a tie-up with Lucknow Fashion Week.
Okay.
And few of the designers got selected. And because it was Diamond Producer Association, they only allowed white diamond jewelry.
Okay.
And so for the selection purposes, we created some pieces. This Karigar only who has taken my gold. In 2 days, out of my bangles, we created earrings, hoops. From my ring, we created, from my pendant, we created a ring. So we did a lot of remodeling of my old jewelry because we just had 2 days to participate. And finally, the selection list was out, and I was among the top selected names in India.
Okay.
But then they said, Shweta, we want 100 pieces, but only white diamonds. No gemstones, no color elements. I said, not possible. I said, I can create few collection in white diamonds, but the soul of my jewelry is the gemstone. The soul of my jewelry are the natural fancy color diamonds. I want to give an element to the jewelry that makes it unique, that makes it rare. because white diamond jewelry can be recreated to multiple pieces. But the
Right.
moment I add elements to it, it becomes the unique and the rarity element is added to my jewelry.
Hmm.
So I said, no, I have white diamonds in my jewelry, but not without the gemstone. So
Hmm.
my jewelry will come along with the colors because I believe in bringing colors to the jewelry.
Right. So did they agree to that?
No,
No, they
I just
didn't.
I didn't.
Okay,
I'm
okay.
not able
But
to
still,
say.
I was, about to compliment you for the pieces you were wearing. They really look beautiful.
Yeah, and see, jewelry was always for the rich and royals. My apologies for if I would hurt any heart, but see, luxury is not bad.
Hmm.
Status is not bad. Those are the aspiration being created by the society.
Right.
And when we say jewelry, the jewelry was belonging to a status, was belonging to a kind of people who has affluence. So
Hmm.
when we are depicting affluence, we have to have that kind of elements, those kind of pieces into it, which
Hmm.
shows your opulence, which shows your like what like status symbol kind of thing.
Right, right.
So that's the whole concept behind making Aakarshan jewelry. That when you wear Aakarshan jewelry,
Hmm.
it should represent affluence. It should represent beauty. It should represent adornment.
Hmm.
I'm adorning what I'm wearing.
Right. And this is something which all women want.
Exactly.
So
We
as a
all
woman,
are princesses,
I can
all
really
are queens.
resonate with
Yeah.
whatever you are speaking. Yeah. Okay, so Shweta,
So
this has brought us to the end of today's episode. What message would you like to give to our women audience and all the other audience? How can they come out of their comfort zone and start their own business or their own anything that they want to do? Because there are people, especially being women, we somehow get stuck. We feel that, shall I do it or not? What will, my family say? What will society say? Things like that. So, any one message for them?
Uh, I would say people will say no matter what you do. People always gonna say because that's what people are for. They have time, they will speak. But if you don't want your time gossiping about others and become the gossip topic, start working.
Hmm.
Because what happens when you're working? First thing, you feel good about yourself, you feel more confident about yourself, you look forward to life in a very brighter way. You
Right.
want to look good for yourself, you want to dress up for yourself, you have reasons to go out
Hmm.
and do things what is possible.
Hmm.
Family is priority. No matter what we say, family is priority. Family always gonna take the upper hand. But balancing act is all about managing your entrepreneurship journey. So you
Right.
have to have the balancing act. You know what role you have to play when. So
Hmm.
it is all about the balance. Secondly, whatever you're doing, gain knowledge first. Just
Hmm.
don't start for the money. That
Hmm.
you start selling products and then you realize, ki, oh, I don't exactly know the details. If
Hmm.
suppose you started with one supplier
Hmm.
and something happened to that supplier, your business will become not sustainable. So
Right.
if you want to have a very sustainable business plans, you should always have options. If
Hmm.
this supplier doesn't supply, what about the next supplier? What about the third supplier? What if this cardigan didn't work out? What happened now? I didn't stop. People thought I might stop after this cardigan incident. No, I outsourced. So you have to find ways. Then I can find moldings, I can find things because if I have to work, I
Hmm.
have to find ways to work. See,
Right.
there are always two things. Either there are excuses or there are efforts.
Hmm.
Both are ease. If you decide you want to put efforts or you want to put excuses.
Right. And that's a powerful message indeed. And that again emphasizes on the fact that supply chain optimization is really important. But this is
Very
my
important.
message to all the ladies, all the women who are listening to us today, who are watching us today. Please step out of your comfort zone. Try and do whatever you want because we are given this life only once. Time once
Yes.
gone will never come back. But still, it is not too late.
And you know what? We women are blessed with aesthetics. We're blessed with creativity.
Hmm.
I'm not a designer. I was born with two left hands. But because being a woman, the beauty just is a very natural thing to us.
Right.
So if you start anything, the aesthetics and the beauty and all these parts become integrated part of our business.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Shweta. Thank you for being on the show. And it was a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you for taking out your
Thank you.
precious time.
Thank you. Thank you so much.